Hey there. So, this is Staying Late that we're recording. I just kind of wanted to talk about the dream I had in this episode. So, when I talked about it, it kind of sounded like I was saying I don't think about uh, racism or I don't think about things that might happen. Um, and that wasn't how I was trying to say it, or that wasn't what I was saying. I do think about those things. Those things do weigh heavy on me. What I was saying was is I don't let them occupy my mind and not, you know, particular situations. So for instance, if I had that dream and it shook me because normally my dreams might be crazy, but they're not. That kind of stuff isn't what enters them. The waking, feelings of, that could happen to me at any point in time, uh, is a real thing. And, for a lot of people, it's a real thing. And I don't want it to sound like I was saying, no, I don't ever think about that because it's not going to happen to me, because that would be, a naive way to look at it. And, I hope for the best, but, prepare for the worst. And that was one of those things where, like I said in the episode, it's been a long 2 weeks, that being kind of the root of some of the stress, and trying to gather my thoughts about it. But such is life. I just wanted to make sure that I popped on to explain to you that if you listened to that and you thought, well, he's a fucking dummy or whatever, that wasn't the case. I wasn't trying to sound as though I was downplaying that aspect, because I was not. I just want, to put it out there that that wasn't my intent. And honestly, when it comes to dream interpretation and all that, there's so much to it. But, more importantly, in that episode, we were talking about men's mental health. And I think that there's a lot of room for, you know, a conversation around it. And I think that we need to do a better job of, like I said, listening and paying attention. Um, reaching out to friends, regardless of gender, because that doesn't necessarily stop at a gender. And that's ultimately what I want people to take away from that episode. One of the things that I also wanted to say that I did not get to say was, I think that one of the responses that I've come to try and incorporate into my conversations with people when it comes to whatever topic. So, we're saying mental health in this case, or somebody feeling a kind of way and they tell you something. And I have started to ask, what does that look like to you? To try and get them to express their feelings in a different way. Because it's not saying, oh, well, I just like want to do this, or I want to do that, or I need this. I don't know what that necessarily means all the time. So I can ask them simply, what does that look like to you? And maybe get a little bit more insight and be like, yeah, that's totally something I can help you out with. That's totally something I can do. And I just want that to be how I approach the situation. I also think that, the world is full of negativity and things like that. And I don't ever want to add to it. And for people listening, again, I just wanted to apologize if it sounded like that's what I was saying. So to wrap it up, I love you. Thanks for listening. Thanks for staying late. I tried to make it pretty short so it wasn't too late after class and you can get on with your day. Thanks for listening.